And welcome to the St. Patrick's Day edition of the Big Frank Show. Certainly appreciate you making us a part of your day today. This is the podcast edition. St. Patrick's Day today. Interesting to note, St. Patrick's Day, the fourth most popular drinking day of the year, behind New Year's Eve, Christmas, and July 4th. And I know every time I see that on the list, I think it's weird that Christmas is, that they put that on the drinking holiday, but they have to, I guess you include like Christmas Eve and festivities, but I don't know. There's something weird about Christmas and drinking, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, 30% of people plan to attend a St. Patrick's Day party today. 39% going to drink a Guinness. Good luck with that. And this is interesting. 30% of people feared leprechauns growing up. Believed in them, but feared in them. All right, for your planning purposes, your intel on this Monday. 34 days left until Easter. On this day in history, 1845, the rubber band was invented. Happy birthday, actor and patriot Gary Sinise is 70 today. Lieutenant Dan. Severe storms swept across the U.S. over the weekend. Wildfires rage in the hill country. About 9,500 acres burned near Fredericksburg. I believe about 50% contained now. Fires over the weekend near Corpus Christi, Woodsboro, and Orange Grove had some fires. Very dry. Fire danger continues to be high. Let's pray for rain. A couple of notes here. Pope Francis gradually showing signs of improvement. He remains hospitalized for double pneumonia. They released a picture yesterday. The SpaceX capsule docked with the space station to bring home astronauts. That should happen sometime this week. Action comedy Novocaine came out on top in a slow weekend at the box office. They announced the NCAA men's college basketball bracket. Number one seeds are Houston, Auburn, Duke, and Florida. Texas teams include Texas Tech, Baylor, Texas A&M, and Texas is in the play-in game that happens, I believe, Wednesday evening against Xavier. By the way, the Texas women also in the college basketball tournament. And the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. Now, you're saying, Frank, why in South Texas would you talk about the Iditarod? You know, if you remember, the legendary broadcaster Paul Harvey used to always mention the Iditarod, and I always found it interesting. That was back before the internet, and that was the only way we ever heard of it. Former TV star Jesse Holmes won the 2025 Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. He crossed the finish line Friday morning in Nome, Alaska, first place with 10 dogs after a race that lasted 10 and a half days. He was a regular on the reality show Life Before Zero, which follows subsistence hunters in the last frontier. He was the, I believe, Rookie of the Year in like 2018 or 2019. But there you go, wins the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. Coming up tonight, something you want to check out is our iHeartRadio Music Awards, 7 o'clock in Corpus Christi on Fox 38, in Austin on Fox 7. You can also hear it on iHeartRadio stations as well. Lady Gaga will be honored with the 2025 Innovator Award. Mariah Carey gets the 2025 iHeartRadio Icon Award. There's going to be an exclusive performance from Taylor Swift's opening night show of the Eras Tour during the awards telecast. The host is LL Cool J, and performances include Bad Bunny, Billie Eilish, and Kenny Chesney. And it's tonight, 7 o'clock on Fox TV, our iHeartRadio Music Awards. I don't know if St. Patrick's Day is a bigger holiday in the United States than it is in Ireland, but I do know that there's one Irishman that does not like the American tourists being over there for all the festivities.
You going into the parade?
I wouldn't be, you know what, I'll stay in the back garden with me dog. I think it's the greatest load of punts and wants. All the Americans are over here. Oh my God, I love this. I love Ireland. I hate it.
We hate it. Well, it is St. Patrick's Day, and as I mentioned, it looks like a lot of people are going to get out and enjoy themselves, even though it is a Monday. It is the fourth most popular drinking day of the year behind New Year's Eve and Christmas. Just remember, if you do have plans for that, make sure you got somebody that's going to be behind the wheel. Ain't no drinking and driving, you know what I'm saying? It's K99. This is the Big Frank Morning Show. This is the day where everybody says, well, I'm Irish, and let's celebrate. And they say 60% of Americans celebrating. About $7 billion will be spent in the process. So there you go. So what's going on in and around Corpus Christi? Couple of things that I'll put on your radar. Brewster Street Ice House downtown and the Southside location are celebrating. Downtown at Brewster Street, $3 green beer, Scarecrow people playing from 3 to 7, Bluebell Shamrock Shakes, all day long festive drinks, good vibes, the best St. Patty's party in town. Shamrock at Brewster Street downtown against Scarecrow people from 3 to 7. at Bubba's 33 on SPID, 1921 SPID. They're having a St. Patrick Market event. Vendors, games, giveaways, and a whole lot more. That from 5 to 9 this evening. And at Cassidy's Irish Pub, 601 North Water Street downtown. They're opening up the pub at 2 o'clock. They've got the Old Dogs at 4:30, the Celtic Dancers at 7, CC Pipes and Drums 7:30, and they will be back for some encores after that. But some festivities going on at Cassidy's downtown. So there you go. If you are looking to be Irish today and celebrate St. Patrick's Day, now you have a couple of places to check out. Just remember, as always, be safe and, be careful when you tell people to kiss you because you're Irish.
There are 3 things that you should know.
3 you should know.
3 things you should know.
Number 1.
Still Dynamics and the United Way of the Coastal Bend have joined forces to provide relief for those impacted by the recent fires in Sinton. All month, Still Dynamics matching every dollar for dollar. The money raised going towards the Fire Disaster Relief Fund. Visit the United Way of the Coastal Bend website. That's uwcb.org/relief. That's uwcb.org/relief to donate now and continue to be vigilant. And let's again pray for rain.
Number 2.
Local Native American advocate Larry Running Turtle Salazar passed away early Sunday morning. He was 68. His mother was Cherokee. His father was Apache. He was an interesting guy. Running Turtle advocated for many issues, appeared in documentaries, wrote a couple of books. Our sincere condolences to his family.
Number 3.
And a note here, coming up this Saturday is the Junior League of Corpus Christi 7th Annual Touch a Truck free family event, offering kids a hands-on opportunity to explore working trucks and vehicles of all types, as well as meet the people who build, protect, and serve our coastal communities. It's going to be at Whataburger Field from 10 to 2, horns free from 10 to noon, and you can find out more on Touch a Truck on the front page of our website at K99Country.com. And that is 3 things you need to know this morning.
I have some good news.
Good news?
Good news.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Good news.
It's good news.
It's good news.
So what's yours?
Good news.
Let's go.
Hey, let's get this show on the road, everybody!
We love sharing the positive, uplifting, encouraging, warm and fuzzy good news to help counterbalance the pervasiveness of negativity that seems to exist out there. Sometimes we hear these stories. They tend to help us out and get our day going a little bit better. Here we go. 9-year-old J.C. and Branch being held as a hero saved his 7-year-old friend Dion Moore from choking at school in North Carolina last week. The boys were playing basketball during recess. Dion began choking on a granola bar, so acting quickly, Jayceon performed the Heimlich maneuver, a skill he says he learned by watching a YouTube video. A boy was in tears on a school bus. He didn't have PJs for pajama day. You know how we do these things at schools and everybody has these different things. The bus driver came to the rescue. Levi is the first grader, heartbroken about having no pajamas. The bus driver, Larry Farish, drives buses, noticed a little boy having a rough morning, and Levi said he wanted to participate. It couldn't. It made the driver sad. He says, I got to fix this. So Larry Farish finished up his morning bus routes, headed to a Family Dollar store, purchased a couple of pair of pajamas for Levi, headed over to Levi's school to make things right. Farish previously worked as a correctional officer and a truck driver, says he's found his calling as a bus driver. Hilda Jackson, 105 years old, marked her birthday with a rave at her nursing home, trading her walker for glow sticks and dancing to a DJ. The party, organized by staff, featured an open bar, a special rap performance, and more than 250 birthday cards. Described as a, quote, cheeky lady who's always on the go, Hilda offered simple but powerful advice for others. Her quote, just keep on, keep batting. There you go. Now your Monday motivation. Remember, your mind is a magnet.
Motivational Monday.
Your mind is a magnet. If you think of blessings, you attract blessings. If you think of problems, you attract problems. Always cultivate good thoughts and always remain positive and optimistic. You owe it to yourself to become everything you've ever dreamed of being. Where the mind goes, your life follows. You'll be amazed at what you attract after you start believing in what you deserve.
Motivational Monday.
Are you lucky today? It's K99. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you for starting it off with us today. We very much appreciate that. Interesting to note that it is the 4th most popular drinking day of the year behind New Year's Eve, Christmas, and July 4th.
It's been St. Patrick's Day for hours, and I'm still not drunk yet.
Just make sure you got somebody designated to drive you home. You know what I'm saying? No drinking and driving.
Have you seen a crock of gold lying around? Tell me, or I'll bite your ear off, and I'll make a boot out of it.
Oh, my goodness. That doesn't seem like a very politically correct way to celebrate this holiday, so you got to be very politically correct when you celebrate, okay?
It's time to gear up for St. Patrick's Day. Yay! And we want you to celebrate in the most politically correct way possible. Here's how. No pinching, touching, groping, or shouting.
It really hurts.
No t-shirts with offensive slogans like "Kiss Me, I'm Irish."
You creep.
No dirty limericks.
There once was a man from Nantucket who's gone.
Never disturb a growing shamrock.
Leave it alone.
Carefully remove each and every sugary morsel from your Lucky Charms. That's too much sugar.
Oh, Lucky Charms are magically delicious.
Only drink non-alcoholic green beer.
Green beer, and I don't even drink.
And speaking of green, make sure that green dye is good for the environment and preservative-free.
Going green up in here.
Replace your corned beef and cabbage with a meatless meal.
It's like tofu.
Keep the Celtic music to a minimum to protect sensitive ears and avoid a ruckus.
Keep it down.
And finally, no bad Irish accents or dressing up like leprechauns. That's insensitive.
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
And now you know how to celebrate St. Paddy's Day in the 21st century. Yay! Thanks for listening, and may the luck of the Irish be with you.
All right, I hope you have a fantastic St. Patrick's Day. Don't forget, coming up tonight on March 17th of 2025, if that is when you are consuming our podcast, is the iHeartRadio Music Awards, 7 o'clock on Fox 38. Have a wonderful day. Let's leave you, shall we, with a traditional, I guess they call it an Irish blessing. May your thoughts be as glad as shamrocks. May your heart be as light as a song. May each day bring you bright, happy hours that stay with you all year long. I'm Big Frank. Remember that God loves you, and I do too.